Today we are going to read Chapter 8 Strange Goings On from the book Heidi, written by Joanna Speary. The next morning, just after Sebastian had opened the door for Mr. Usher, the bell rang again. Sebastian flung the door open and saw the boy with tambourine who had led Heidi to the church tower. "What do you want?" he asked. "I came to see Clara," he said. "She owes me a quarter." Sebastian accused the boy of lying and said he had no idea what the boy could be talking about. But the boy insisted, and Sebastian soon came to the conclusion that this had something to do with Heidi's adventure the day before. So he showed the boy to the study. Miss Rottenmeier was in another room when she thought she heard the sound of a tambourine coming from the study. She entered the room and could hardly believe her eyes. "Stop! Stop at once!" she cried when she saw the raggedy boy playing his tambourine for Heidi and Clara. She ran towards the boy, but tripped on something on the floor. Looking down, she saw to her horror a strange dark object at her feet. It was the tortoise. She leaped in the air to avoid it. Then she screamed at the top of her lungs for Sebastian. He was just outside the door, doubled up with laughter. When he came into the room, Miss Rottenmeier had collapsed onto a chair. "Get rid of that boy and his animal at once," she ordered. Sebastian led the boy to the door and put some coins into his hand to thank him for his music. In the meantime, Clara, Heidi, and Mr. Usher continued their lessons, and Miss Rottenmeier stayed in the study to supervise. In a little while, Sebastian returned and handed Clara a big basket. He explained that someone had dropped it off at the house and it was for her. Clara opened the lid, and suddenly the room was swarming with kittens. They jumped out one after another and rushed madly about, some biting Mr. Usher's pants and others climbing up Miss Rottenmeier's skirt. The whole room was in an uproar, and Clara was delighted. At this point, Miss Rottenmeier began to shriek. She called for Sebastian and Jeanette to get rid of the animals at once. They came and put the kittens back in the basket and hid them in the attic with the other two. Then Miss Rottenmeier turned to Heidi. "Adelheid," she said very sternly, "I could think of only one punishment for such a little savage as you. Perhaps a spell in the dark cellar among the bats and rats will tame you and teach you to behave." Clara protested loudly. "Please wait till Papa comes home. He will be here very soon, and I'll tell him everything and he'll decide what is to be done." Miss Rottenmeier knew that she could not object to what Clara was saying, for Mr. Seaman would be very angry if he heard that Clara had been upset over this matter. So Miss Rottenmeier agreed, but she added that she too would talk with Clara's father when he arrived. Heidi still could not understand what she had done wrong, but she became very sad and fell asleep, dreaming about her home so far away. The end. Hope you enjoyed this chapter, and we'll be back with Chapter 9, A Bad Report to Mr. Seaman. Until then, take care.